Without objection.
And Your Honor, if you could publish the.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, what is in evidence now as State's Exhibit 1 is a stipulation of the victim's identification. It indicates that the Assistant State Attorney, Michael Joseph Smith, and the defendant, Lawrence Alexander Dority, as well as his lawyer, Harold Dion Thompson, stipulate that the identity of the deceased in this case is Adreian Payne, and it is signed by all three parties. Okay? So that is a stipulated fact that you all can consider. All right, State.
Thank you, Your Honor. At this time, the State calls Garrett Morris.
You solemnly swear or affirm testimony shall give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
All right, go ahead and have a seat for me once you get situated. And state your full name for me and spell your first and last name for the court reporter.
Garrett Morris, Garrett Morris.
State you make, right?
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
If you could just introduce yourself to the jury.
Yes, my name is Corporal Garrett Morris. I'm with Orange County Sheriff's Office.
And how long have you been with the Orange County Sheriff's Office?
For 5 years and total time in law enforcement, almost 13.
Where did you work in law enforcement before the Orange County Sheriff's Office?
Volusia County Sheriff's Office.
And what is your current job duty?
Currently, I'm a patrol supervisor in our Sector 3, west side of the county.
And what shift are you on?
Midnight shift.
Okay. Did you work last night?
I did.
Okay, so have you just come straight through from that?
Yes, I did.
I want to take you back to May 9th of 2022. Were you working at that time?
Yes, I was.
What was your position then?
At that time, I was a patrol deputy in Sector 2, which is the east side of the county. And I was on midnights as well then.
And did you have occasion on that day around 1:30 a.m. to respond to 2529 Cedar Shores Drive in Orlando?
Yes, I did.
And when you responded to the scene, were you able to locate a victim on scene?
Yes, I did.
Where was he located?
So the victim, when I located him, he was in the driver's seat of I believe, a silver vehicle, and he was with his left foot outside of the vehicle and his right foot inside of the vehicle.
Okay. Did he appear to be injured?
Yes, he had a gunshot wound to his chest, and he was unresponsive.
Was anyone else near the victim when you arrived?
Yes, the defendant's father was near the victim, and so was the victim's girlfriend.
And what happened from there once you arrived, located the victim, and realized he had a gunshot wound? What did you do?
At that point, I put on my gloves, and I got him out of the vehicle. The defendant's father assisted a little bit, and then I started CPR. And you started CPR once he was out of the vehicle on the ground? Yes, I pulled him out of the vehicle into a flat, hard surface, and that's when I began CPR.
Now, as part of anytime you're going to perform CPR and walking into an unusual situation, is it part of your protocol to check for weapons?
Generally speaking, yes. Whenever, if I were to respond to a call where maybe there was somebody who was maybe just overdosed or something like a natural causes, I may not always check for weapons, but whenever in this case there's obvious that he had been shot, I check for weapons on whoever I'm in contact with, and in that case it was the victim.
And did you locate any weapons on or about the victim's person?
No, I did not.
Now, at some point, did fire rescue arrive and take over, I guess, the CPR and life-saving measures from law enforcement?
Yes.
And what happened from there as far as your involvement?
After that, I just assisted in maintaining the crime scene. I put up crime scene tape and held that area around the car until our homicide and forensics units get there.
Now, during this encounter that you've just described, were you equipped with body-worn camera?
Yes, I was.
And was that activated?
Yes, it was.
Have you had a chance to review that body-worn camera prior to today?
I have.
First, I want to show you what's been marked for identification as states composite D. It's 3 photos, or still photos from your body-worn camera. Let the record reflect I'm showing opposing counsel with the mark for identification as states D. Permission to approach?
You may.
Let the record reflect I'm showing the witness what's been marked for identification as states D. If you could just look through these and let me know if you recognize them.
Yes, I do recognize them.
Are these still images from your body-worn camera?
Yes, they are.
Are they a fair and accurate depiction of what was captured by your body-worn camera?
Yes, sir.
At this time, the state offers into evidence what's been previously marked for identification as states composite.
Any objections?
No objection, Your Honor.
What's been marked as States Exhibit D for identification without objection will be received into evidence as States 2.
Permission to publish what's marked.
You may.
Publishing States Exhibit 2. All right, what are we looking at here?
That's the victim on the ground with a gunshot wound to his chest. I don't know at which point that was during the CPR, but that was those gloves are me checking his fanny pack for any weapons.
I know you have a screen in front of you. Are you able to look sort of behind and see the screen behind you? Is that the gunshot wound that you observed?
Yes.
And then this here, is this a fanny pack that you wearing?
Yes, it was.
And you went inside of that fanny pack?
I did.
And did you locate any weapons or anything of that nature?
No, I did not.
And then, I know it's a little bit blurry, but what are we looking at here in this still image?
That's the victim as I first found and observed him in his car.
Would this be like his leg here?
Yes.
This is inside the driver's compartment.
Yes, that's him sitting in the driver's seat, and I believe his left leg was out of the vehicle, and he was slumped backwards, unresponsive.
And finally, this still image, dark on the screen. It's in evidence. I don't know if you can actually see it here, but again, just to orient, this here area is that's the driver's seat.
I can see the steering wheel and the victim's shirt.
And there's another individual, this picture here, you can see it, you're actually holding the photograph.
I-
Is that the person that you understood to be the victim's girlfriend?
The female that was there was the victim's girlfriend.
you also had an opportunity to review a clip of your body-worn camera from responding to this incident?
Yes, I have.
Let the record reflect I'm showing the opposing counsel has been marked for identification as states C. Permission to approach?
You may.
Let the record reflect I'm showing the witness has been marked for identification as state C. Just take a look at that. Do you recommend it?
Yes, I do.
Is that a disc of your body-worn camera that we reviewed together back in June?
Yes.
Is it fair and accurate?
Yes.
At this time, the state offers the evidence looking previously marked for identification as state C.
Any objections?
No objection, Your Honor.
What's been marked as State's Exhibit C for identification will be received into evidence as States 3 without objection.
Your Honor, permission to publish once marked?
You may.
Now publishing State's Exhibit 3.
Oh, Jesus. Where's the ambulance Alright, back up. Yes, sir. Back up. Oh, Lord, have mercy. County 125. Oh, Lord, have mercy. Oh, Lord. Black male, GSW to the chest, unresponsive, no pulse. I'm going to try to get him out of the car and start CPR. Yes, ma'am. Here, come on. No, man. Here, grab his legs. Let me get him out. You got him? Yep. Come on, pull him.
He's not breathing no more. He was on his chest.
Okay.
With his head.
Alright, I got his head. Just pull him. Pull him away from the car. Alright, there we go. Give me light.
I got you.
You guys gonna be able to save him?
So we're going to try and do member. Right now I just need you to stand over on the side of the box, alright?
He was on his part.
Yeah. Yeah, it's open. Wow. Got nothing. There's no guns.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
empty coming in and out.
And that concludes State's Exhibit 3. Corporal, did all the events we've just discussed, including your response, occur in Orange County, Florida?
Yes, it did.
I don't have any further questions.
Ross?
Good morning, sir. How are you doing today?
Good morning, sir. Good, thank you.
I'll just try to piggyback briefly off what you just testified to. Isn't it true you did not search the vehicle for weapons?
Yes, sir, it is. I did not search the vehicle.
And you just saw the video yourself, obviously. Isn't it true the right side passenger door was open?
I believe the girlfriend was standing at the right side passenger door, yes.
So it's fair to say, well, you didn't open the right side passenger door, right?
I didn't go to the right side passenger.
So that's, as far as you believe it was Mr. Payne's girlfriend who opened that door?
Objection calls for speculation.
Sustained.
You have no idea who opened that passenger side door and opened that door?
I do not know who opened that door.
All you know is by the time you arrived, that passenger side door was open, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And Mr. Payne was seated in the driver's side, correct?
Correct.
And there was no other person inside that vehicle at that time, correct?
Correct.
And you didn't search that vehicle, correct?
Correct.
You didn't search Tara Walker's, the victim's girlfriend's car either, did you?
No, sir, I did not.
I have no further questions.
May you redirect?
No, Your Honor.
May the witness be excused?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, sir. You can step down. Thank you, sir. State, next witness.
Yes, Your Honor. At this time, the State calls Hannah Miner.
What's the last name?
Miner.
You solemnly swear, affirm, testimony, shall give, shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
All right, go ahead and have a seat for me. And then state your full name and spell your first and last name for the court reporter, please.
Hannah Miner, Hannah Miner.
All right, state you may inquire.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning.
Good morning.
If you could just introduce yourself to the jury.
My name is Hannah Miner. I'm a crime scene investigator with the Orange County Sheriff's Office.
And how long have you been a crime scene investigator with the Orange County Sheriff's Office?
Since January of 2022.
And if you could just give the jury a little bit of your background as far as training experience that enables you to hold that position.
I have a bachelor's degree in forensic science from the University of Central Florida. I also have a master's in pharmacy with a concentration in forensic science from the University of Florida. And I'm currently working on a doctorate in forensic science from Oklahoma State University. In addition to that, I am a certified crime scene analyst with the International Association for Identification.
What is the role, if you could just explain to the jury, what is the role of a crime scene investigator?
We are notified to respond out to crime scenes. We document those crime scenes with photos, notes, sometimes measurements. We'll document evidence, collect evidence, process that evidence, package that evidence, forward the evidence to its final location, whether that's a laboratory or our evidence unit, and then we will write reports on our involvement for those cases.
And do you work in conjunction with law enforcement, like detectives and things like that?
Yes, we do.
So I want to take you back to May 9th of 2022. Were you working in your capacity as a crime scene investigator at that time?
I was the on-call crime scene investigator, yes.
So it might seem self-explanatory, but if you could just sort of describe, what does it mean to be the on-call crime scene investigator?
Our office is staffed until midnight, so any calls that come in after midnight, it goes to the on-call crime scene investigator, where they will take calls from home.
And were you directed, as part of your job as the on-call CSI, to respond to a location at 2529 Egret Shores Drive in Orlando?
Yes, I was.
And was part of your job to document that scene?
Yes, it was.
What time, if you recall, was it that you responded to that scene?
I arrived on scene at approximately 5 o'clock that morning.
Was it still dark outside, or had it begun to be light yet?
It was still dark outside.
Were you able to take some photos outside that scene before, I guess, the sun ultimately came up?
Yes.
And Your Honor, I've previously shown opposing counsel what's the warrant for identification as states composite H. That's going to be photos. Permission to approach?
Yep.
Let the record reflect I'm showing the witness what's been marked for identification as states H composite of 6 photos. If you could just take a look at that.
Yes.
And are these photos that you yourself took as part of your duties on the unit?
Yes.
Are they clear and accurate?
Yes.
At this time, the state offers into evidence what the previously marked for identification as state H composite.
Any objections?
No objection.
It's been marked as States Exhibit H for identification. Will be received into evidence as States 4 without objection.
And Your Honor, permission to publish once marked.
Okay.
Now publishing with the internet as state exhibit 4. What are we looking at in this photo?
That's the front door of the residence.
When you say the residence, is that what you understood to be the defendant's residence?
That is correct.
And in this photo?
It's essentially the same photo, just zoomed out a little bit to show more of the surrounding area.
And are you documenting a white truck in this photo?
Yes.
Appears to be a stop sign. Can you see, I know you have the screen in front of you. Here's I'm circling with a laser pointer. This is documenting the location for the intersection of the area where this happened.
Yes.
And that white aisle is still visible here. Is that correct?
Yes.
And where is this in location to the defendant's residence? We just saw the photos of.
If you were standing facing the residence, this is to the left.
I know it's dark. Obviously, you took some photos of the daylight as well, right?
That is correct.
It's dark in this photo, but what are we looking at here?
That is the victim's car.
And this is another dark photo of the victim's car.
That is correct.
after the sun did come up that morning, did you document the scene with some daylight photos, sort of capturing different items' location to each other?
Yes, I did.
Let the record reflect, I've previously shown opposing counsel what's been marked for identification as state's composite I-14 photographs. Permission to approach the witness?
You may.
Let the record reflect, I'm showing the witness what's been marked for identification as state's composite I-14 photographs. Please just flip through these and let me have it read up. And these all photographs that you took during the daylight on May 9th of 2022?
Yes.
Are they fair and accurate?
Yes.
At this time, the state offers the evidence of the previously marked for identification of state's composite I.
Any objections?
No objection, Your Honor.
It's been marked as State's Exhibit I for identification will be received into evidence as State's 5 without objection.
Permission to publish once more?
You may.
So what are we looking at in this photo?
That is the white vehicle that was parked in front of the residence.
When you say the resident, you mean the residence you understood as the defendant's road?
That is correct.
And as we're looking forward in this photograph, what's depicted? Is this a stop sign that we've seen the earlier photo at night of?
Yes.
And then this vehicle here, is that the victim's vehicle?
Yes.
So sort of it would be off screen in this photo, but like if we were to go over into this area, would that be essentially where the defendant's door would be located?
Yes.
So this would be sort of perspective if you're standing in the defendant's car.
Objection as to leading.
Sustained.
What would this be a perspective of from where you're standing?
Could you clarify the question?
Right, so where were you standing when you took this photo?
On the right side or the driver's side of the vehicle.
And did this capture the distance between the defendant's residence?
Objection, Your Honor. Leading, best evidence rule. May we approach?
No? Overruled.
Does this capture the distance between the defendant's residence and the victim's vehicle?
It documents it, yes.
What are we looking at here?
That's the passenger side of the victim's vehicle?
And obviously the door is open.
Correct.
Was the door open when you arrived, or did you open the door with the photo?
Can I refer to my report?
Sure.
The front passenger door was open.
And now we're looking at, is this the back passenger door?
The rear passenger, yes.
Now, did you open this door for this photograph?
Yes.
What are we looking at here?
The front quarter panel of the victim's vehicle. Yes.
Now, this residence back here, this is not the residence that you understood to be used for.
That is correct.
And then is this just another photograph with both the front doors open?
That is correct.
What were you documenting with this photo?
That's the driver's seat. There are some red stains on the piece of paper that's on the floorboard.
When you say the red stain, is that if you look at the screen behind you, is that what I'm circling with my laser pointer?
That is correct.
And what are we, what's being depicted here?
That's the cup holder area of the victim's vehicle. There's additional red staining near the shifter.
This area here that I'm indicating with the laser pointer.
That is correct.
Which is a closer view of that.
That is correct.
And then what are we looking at here?
That's the passenger side of the victim's vehicle.
And then what's depicted in this photo?
That was a knife that was on the floorboard, kind of near the end of the seat.
And what seat was that?
The passenger seat, the front passenger seat.
And what are we looking at here?
Another overall of the scene of the front of the residence and the two vehicles in the daylight.
So the front of the residence, you can look at this screen here. If you could just take the laser pointer, can you point out where your understanding of where the defendant's residence was? And then if you could point out with the laser pointer location of the victim's. Now, in this photograph, is this here on the bottom left of that victim's vehicle?
Yes, it is.
And so then if you could take a laser pointer and as best you can point out the location of the blue business truck.
This is the white car that was in front of the residence.
Would it be the other side, far side of the white car?
That is correct.
And then again, this shows the white car from the previous photo.
That is correct.
And then on the right side of the photo, is that the door to the left?
Yes.
Did you actually enter the defendant's residence and document the interior of that location as well?
I did.
And let the record reflect, I previously shown opposing counsel what's been marked for identification as states composite J. Permission to approach the witness?
You may.
Let the record reflect, I'm showing the witness what's been marked for identification as states composite J. Photos. You could just flip through those and let me know when you're done.
Yes.
Are they very accurate?
Yes.
At this time, the state offers in the evidence was the previously marked by identification as State J.
Any objections? No objection, Your Honor. It's been marked as State's Exhibit J for identification without objection will be received into evidence as State 6.
Commissioner Public once more.
You may.
What are we looking at in this photo?
That's the entryway to the residence.
And then in this photo, have you stepped inside the residence?
Yes.
In this photo, are you just a little bit, I guess, further inside the residence?
Yes.
What are we looking at here?
Another photo photographing the entryway, so the way I had just come through the residence from the sliding glass door from the previous photo.
So this would be you come in, and then you turn around, and I guess it was the photo looking back that way, is that correct?
That is correct.
What are we looking at here?
It's another overall photo just panning from that same location back toward where I just walked through the residence.
In your documentation of the residence, was a firearm located?
Yes.
What are we looking at here?
It's a photo of the kitchen area where the firearm was located inside of that drawer that's open in the photo.
If you could just take the laser pointer and come up to the three of the drawer that you're referring to. And then is this photograph just looking at the drawer inside showing the firearm?
That is correct.
And then what is depicted here?
That is the firearm once I rendered it safe and placed it in a firearm box.
What does it mean to render a firearm safe?
In the original photo, the slide was forward, so there's no way for me to know if the firearm was loaded or not. So in order to render it safe, I take the magazine out, which is the item on the right, and then lock the slide back to make sure that the chamber is empty so that it's safe to handle.
Is it fair to say previous to this photo, the magazine was inside the firearm?
That is correct.
Now, that firearm that we just saw the photographs of, was it ultimately collected and placed into evidence?
Yes, it was.
Let the record reflect, I'm showing opposing counsel what's been marked for identification as State B. B. Commissioner Approach the witness.
Go ahead.
Let the record reflect, I'm showing the witness what's been marked for identification as State B. If you could just take a look at this and let me know if you recognize that as the firearm that you collected from it.
Yes, it is.
And that was placed in evidence by you.
Yes, it was.
At this time, the state offers in evidence what's been previously marked for identification as State B.
Any objections?
No objection, Your Honor.
It's been marked as State's for identification without objection will be received into evidence as State 7.
permission to have the witness get off the stand and publish the jury.
You may.
Then I can step off the stand and have you, later in the course of your duties as a CSI in this case, were you tasked with collecting from the medical examiner a projectile or bullet recovered from the victim in this case?
Yes.
Let the record reflect I'm showing opposing counsel what's been marked for identification as states A. Thank you. Approach.
You may.
Let me know if you can tell from the markings or if you need to focus in. But I'm showing the witness what's been marked for identification as state A. Do you recognize this?
Yes.
And how do you recognize it?
The label has the case number, the location collected, a description that says sealed container labeled bullet from right abdomen. It has my name and EID on it and my initials and date that I sealed the item on the tape.
And is that the bullet or projectile that was recovered from the autopsy?
Yes.
And at this time, the state offers into evidence what's been previously marked for identification and states A.
Any objections?
No objection, Your Honor.
What's been previously marked as States Exhibit A for identification without objection will be received into evidence as States A.
Beyond what we've discussed, did you document any further scenes in this case?
No.
Did you have any further involvement?
Just my response to the medical examiner's office.
And did all the events, all your investigation occur at the residence located in Orange County?
The initial call-out response, yes, was only at the residence.
I don't have any further questions. Thank you.
All right, Cross.
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning. How you doing, Investigator Miner? How you doing today? Just briefly, I want to ask you some follow-up questions. How long you said you've been a crime scene investigator?
Since January of 2022?
January of 2022.
Correct.
And this incident occurred in May 2022, correct?
Correct.
So about 4 months. At the time of this incident, you had been a crime scene investigator for 4 months, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Is it fair to say this was your, close to like your first actual one in the field solo?
No, it was not.
Okay. Were you supervised by anyone?
Yes, I was.
Okay. When you, obviously, crime scene investigate, do you guys wear body camera footage? You don't do stuff like that, do you?
We do not.
And you arrived at this scene about 4 hours after the incident actually happened, correct?
I don't know what time the initial incident was reported.
Is that not something you would put in your report or something you think relevant for crime scene documentation?
I document the time I was notified that my response was required, the time that I arrived on scene, and the time that I cleared the scene.
Okay, what time were you notified?
Approximately 4 o'clock in the morning.
4 in the morning. And what time did you arrive? 5 in the morning?
Correct.
And as a part of your documentation, can you tell me again what your functions are? You say you document, but Just walk me back through it briefly.
We respond to the scenes. We document them with notes, photography, any other processing methods that are deemed necessary for this specific case. We collect the evidence once it's been documented. We'll process that evidence. We will send the evidence to their final destinations, whether that's a lab or our evidence unit, and then we will write reports on essentially what is our involvement with each case.
Perfect, perfect. So I noticed you said you collect evidence, correct?
That is correct.
Isn't it true it was also a knife in the car that was not taken into evidence by you?
Yes.
When you arrive on the scene, is that a part of your duties to dust for prints or try to obtain DNA? Is that part of your job?
It can be.
When you say it can be, meaning that's something that you usually would do?
It's a case-by-case circumstance.
So in a case where someone is alleged to have been murdered or shot, you notice this blood spatter in the car. Is that not a case where you would dust for prints or dust for DNA if a weapon is located in the car?
It depends on the case circumstances.
Would you consider a knife a weapon?
It can be.
So I noticed you took a lot of pictures of Mr. Payne's vehicle. Let me go back a little bit. Are you aware of the vehicle, the owners or the persons that are said to be the owners or operators of the vehicles that you took picture of?
No.
So the black vehicle, the Chevy Malibu, you don't know who owned that car or drove that car?
It was my understanding that it was being operated by Mr. Payne.
Okay. Were you aware that Mr. Payne's girlfriend had a vehicle that was on the scene as well?
No.
Isn't it true you didn't take a picture of that vehicle?
I don't know what vehicle it is, so I don't know if it's in my photos.
Not even aware of it at all, correct?
Correct.
So it's fair to say you didn't take a photo of it?
I don't know what the car is. It could be in the background of one of my photos, so I don't know.
Okay. Did you take a photo of a white Audi truck SUV?
Not to my recollection.
You took a photo of a white truck, correct?
Yes.
You took a photo of a white Mercedes-Benz, correct?
Yes.
You took photos of a black Chevy Malibu, correct?
Yes.
So if you were to learn that Tara Walker, Mr. Payne's girlfriend, drove a white Audi vehicle and it was on the scene of this incident, you would agree that you did not document that vehicle?
Not to the same extent that I did the others.
Did you document a white Audi in your report at all?
In my report, no.
Had you knew of a white Audi vehicle being on the scene, would you have done that?
Depends on the case circumstances.
Okay, I want to make sure I ask you this clear because I'm not trying to trip you up. As far as your records and your reports, did you document a white Audi vehicle on the scene?
In my report, no.
Okay, thank you. So it's fair to say you don't know what was inside of that vehicle.
If I did not document it, I would not know what is inside of it.
Thank you. And just to be clear, part of your duties are to collect evidence, correct?
That is correct.
No further questions, Your Honor. Thank you.
Any redirect?
No, Your Honor.
May the witness be excused?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, ma'am, you can step down. All right, right, let's take about a 5 or 10 minute recess, and then we'll pick up with the remainder of the witnesses for the morning, okay? All right, so, ladies and gentlemen, if you can step back in the jury room, if you need to use your restrooms or whatnot, we'll give court staff a break, and then we'll come back in about 5 or 10 minutes and resume, okay?
All right.
All right, we're in recess for about 5, 10 minutes.